You've been looking for a new psychedelic guitar hero? I wasn't, but I found one. Jude Hastings from Spooky Eyes, and their self-titled debut record right here. Damn. Jude is good. Hey group, welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. This is psychedelic, but it's not lo-fi. Yeah, they released a single of a garage rock standard, Psychedelic Reaction by the Count 5. Not necessarily the right idea. It gives you the impression you're going to get garage rock. This is not garage rock. This is a 21st century mix. It's psychedelic. It's Guitar Hero all over it, even though it is a band. Not being unfair here. It is a band. You know, Jude was considering being a solo act, but he decided to pull back and, be Spooky Eyes. But he's a singer, no background singing. He's a guitar player. It's a trio. He's the only guitar player, only singer. And just the contrast. They build the band as the loudest band in Tasmania, Australia. But there's quiet parts too, to contrast with the loud. And it's great. So they call themselves a psychedelic power trio. True, darn true. Acid rock, sure. Doom, I guess. Fuzz, oh yeah. Garage, yeah, for the single. When you do Psychedelic Reaction. Psych, okay. Psychedelic, definitely. But there's other parts they don't admit to. In the song Harvest, you get some fusion. Yes, I said fusion jazz. In the one opening riff. I like fusion jazz. Cool with me. And then the second number, The Illusion, where you get that quiet, loud contrast going on. Half the songs at least, you get quiet, loud contrast. Never mind loudest band in town. You get quiet, loud contrast on several of these songs, including the second song, Illusion. But in The Illusion, you get a touch of Santana. Yes, Carlos Santana. Damn, this is good. 6 songs, 31 minutes. And you get to the last song, it's almost 9.5 minutes of quiet, loud contrast, and and the drummer does good work here too. When the spotlight shines on him, and the one reviewer who did like an intro on the band for the Australian Broadcasting Company. He compared them to Blue Cheer and Sue Lord Baltimore. How many of you own Blue Cheer or Sue Lord Baltimore? But they're hip now. maybe I need to listen closer to my blue cheer. Maybe I should listen closer to the one time I listened to some blues. I mean, Sir Lord Baltimore. But what this, and I don't think there's a perfect fit for a 70s band. This is very much in the 70s mode we're talking about with Spooky Eyes. I think the closest I come to is Captain Beyond. And too many of you don't own Captain Beyond either. But it's a great band. Nice super group. The original singer from Deep Purple, Nat Ian Gillan. And, guitar player from Iron Butterfly. Cool band, short-lived, but influential. And that band, I think, is the closest in my mind. Because when you're talking about blue cheer and Sir Lord Baltimore, Sir Lord Baltimore is very lo-fi. This is not lo-fi. Blue cheer, of course, with Summertime Blues, a lot of bludgeoning going on. That doesn't bludgeon. This does not bludgeon. Psychedelic, touch of fusion. Yeah. Very much 70s guitar hero. Oh, maybe a touch of Jeff Beck here and there. That came in my mind as well. It's just really good playing, good composition, good vocals from Jude. And it was a really good companion for the last 24 hours. Oh, I got notes, folks. I can't say that I'm a big Guitar Hero guy. I listen to guitar constantly. I listen to a lot of good guitar players every day. There's always a good guitar player going on. But Jude is elite, especially in our day and age. I looked around my collection, I was like, how many singing guitar players do I have around here, surrounding me? Pure spotlight on you, singing electric, not folk music, or singing singer-songwriter, whatever. We're talking electric, hard rock, and a bit of blues rock, singing guitar players do I own of any depth. This is what I came up with. Rory Gallagher, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, but no one accuses Billy Gibbons of being the star of ZZ Top. We just say it's ZZ Top, even though Billy Gibbons is doing solo now. Gary Moore, Gary Moore, of course, hired singers for a number of his songs. He also did his own singing on a number of songs. And I'm talking the hard rock years, not the blues years later. The blues in his later part of his career was cool too. So, that's definitely one guitar hero that I have a half a shelf of. Bernie Tomei, after he left Gillian, his solo career as a singer guitar player. But the closest I would compare Jude Hastings with is the late Tommy Bowen and his solo records. That, and especially with the touch of fusion you get here, because Tommy Bowen, of course, made his bones for many people by his appearance on the Billy Cobham Spectrum record. Oh, that's classic. So Tommy Bolin was capable of a lot of things. Died way too young. 25? I thought it was 26. Young. And, about 50 years ago. And Tommy did a touch of everything. He did a touch of reggae, a touch of, fusion jazz, and, replaced Blackmore and Deep Purple for one record, and, replaced Joe Walsh in the James Gang for a couple of records. Recommended by Joe Walsh, in fact, for the James Gang. So, unfairly, Tommy Bolin is the guy who replaced someone else in a band. He was brilliant on his own. Those two solo records, Teaser and Private Eyes, just excellent stuff. So that's the closest in my mind's eye. Captain Beyond, and as a guitar hero, singing guitar hero, closest I think I get is Tommy Bolin. But Judge Hastings, Judge Hastings is never going to see this. But hey, Judge Hastings, your Australian cousin did good in Australia. Sorry for the digression. But Judd Hastings, you're missing out. You gotta hear this. This is really tasty stuff. What else do my notes tell me? Well, he's getting up in the world. Spooky Eyes. Open up for the Foo Fighters in Australia. That's a key gig to get. And I think this is the last thing I'm scheduled to say on my notes. This is their debut record. Don't worry, I never heard of Spooky Eyes. Well, Spooky Eyes just came out a couple months ago. But don't confuse them, you old people. Because I already threw some bands at you. You're going, who the hell are you talking about, Richard? I'm going to throw another band of who the hell you're talking. But you hardcore rock nerds, you're going, Spooky Eyes? Don't you mean Spooky Tooth? No. Spooky Tooth is another band from the period they get their inspiration from. Spooky Tooth was the band that gave us Gary Wright, the Dreamweaver. Remember Dreamweaver? Oh, you have to hear Dreamweaver at least once. So Gary Wright went solo after Spooky Tooth broke up. Dreamweaver. The other person from Spooky Tooth, the person who replaced, speaking of people who replaced Mick Wells in Mott the Hoople, Errol Bender. Well, in Spooky Tooth, he's going by the name his parents gave him. Uther, James, Grove, whatever that. My notes isn't, I can't read my writing. He was Uther back then. When he joined Mott the Hoople and a couple other bands, he became Ariel Bender. Yeah, he was a cross-dresser. Don't tell the Republicans, they'll cancel him. Don't have Errol Bender be canceled. We love him, okay? So, that's who we got of Spooky Tooth. I don't think Spooky Tooth had a real hit. maybe the people in England will go, oh, no, we love blank. In America, Spooky Tooth didn't make it. We know and love them for giving us Gary Wright and Errol Bender. So, did I digress too long? Maybe I did. Spooky Eyes is who we're talking about. Their self-titled debut. They had a couple singles before, but this is debut record. This is going to make a run. You know, all the good names are taken for band names. I'm going to have a run on Spooky whatever party part. Got a Spooky Tooth. Got a Spooky Eyes. Spooky Pinky Finger. Spooky Thumb. Spooky Knee. Big Toe. Go nuts. We need a new band name. I don't know. Spooky Eyes gonna sue if anyone goes Spooky anything? I don't know. I'm not Spooky Eyes' attorney. But this is, get to the point again. Darn good record. Let's give some love to Jackson Bassett, the drummer. Good job here. He does get some solo spotlight. And Piper Rayner, bass player, and she's a female. They all got along here. Which one's the female? You're cute. Don't worry about it. It just, yeah, you're a little androgynous in the band cover. So, Piper, partner in crime. Does that imply a relationship with Jude? Perhaps. That's what the PR tells me. Did I make it clear they're from Australia? Tasmania. Tasmania Devils. From Tasmania, Australia. Genre, psychedelic basically. But you got a little mix of all kinds of stuff in the stew. But it is basically a Guitar Hero, psychedelic. Yeah, it's psychedelic, but it is pretty straightforward 70s. Hard rock, I guess. Or rock. Maybe closer to just rock. Like I said, production and mix is good. Ain't no ballads here. Definitely can play it for a mixed company. It is on YouTube. And if there's anything to offend you, no, I think you have to stretch to claim anything to be offended by. Just good sound record. And more than a good sound record. My new Guitar Hero in Jude. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to Action Right Corner. Ring the notification bell. And go listen to the self-titled debut record from Spooky Eyes. And come back. And what do you think? And for the latest in action rock, high energy rock, garage rock, punk, classic legacy bands, and psychobilly and psych music and anything really rocks, we'll have it for you at Action Rock Corner. Remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. And you need a fresh Guitar Hero. Here you go. Good job, Jude. Looking forward to the next one. I think you're still touring this one, aren't you? We're looking forward to more stuff. And have fun with your music. and this is fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.